Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Josh here. Happy Monday, even though it's not a Monday, but it kind of feels like a Monday. No, in serious, thanks guys for following along with our videos. If you like our videos, hit that like button and subscribe. Some of our videos are probably more helpful than others, but we always try to keep them entertaining or kind of show you in detail how to do things. So today I think I have something that is very helpful to most people. Homeowners, renters, all alike at some point are going to encounter this. I know because it always happens. We are working on a drywall repair patch job, a couple of them where some water came in a roof and the roof was repaired, but the drywall has not. So I am not a drywall guy, but I will show you what has worked for me. I've done my share of drywall repairs, and so hopefully this video can help you guys out. As entertaining as drywall can be. So I'm just going to get right on into it. Thanks for following along, and let's get it done. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where to cut it and how much to cut out. I went ahead and start pulling this tape. You want to make sure you go beyond what looks bad in the drywall, so I pulled the tape back to where it's good actually. So these, I have rafters hit, so this is the damaged area. I want to make sure wherever I cut the drywall out, I got my framing backing. So I got a rafter right here. So what I did is I measured over these are 2 foot on center, 2 foot over here, and 2 foot over here, so I can catch all the bad stuff. So what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and pre-cut my piece, because I find it easier if you pre-cut your repair piece. And then what I'm simply going to do is hold it up there and pencil a line around it, because I think it's easier to do that than try to cut your piece to your hole. So it's just a way I think it's a little easier to do it at. So now I already have a joint here that helps me make it easier. You can cut this with the utility knife with a really sharp blade, like so. You can use a handsaw, sawzall, whatever. But the handiest tool that I found is a tool like this. It's just called an oscillating tool. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a blade that's getting kind of dull. And go ahead and just cut this out, and it does a really nice job, just creates a little dust. All the nastiness you'd expect up there. Yeah, so that looks good. So I'm going to simply just put my piece up, screw the new piece in. I'm going to screw the old piece, refasten it tight in all places, and we can move forward. Okay, we got it all cut out. Look at that, fits like a glove. Okay, so we're just going to use some drywall screws. Make sure to hit the wood. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and screw this off, but because this has gotten damaged, even though it's still good, I need to add more in here and here, go beyond and refasten it all to get it all sucked up tight on the walls. Anytime we got damage, it's better just go beyond, refasten it, make sure it sits a little more even, and then we can be moving on to the next step, which is tape and mud. Okay, so we went ahead and got this all taped. The one thing that I guess some drywallers don't like about mesh tape versus paper tape is it's thicker, so you try not want to make overlap too many layers. But so we got the tape on, so we're gonna go ahead and just take some mud, smear it in, and remember how I said I like mesh tape for repairs? A lot of times you can get gaps in here where paper tape, you have to fill it up and then put the tape in, but I like the mesh tape because you can put it on and squeeze it in there and it won't ever bubble on you. Alright, one thing to note when you're doing your first coat, it's not to really make it pretty, it's just to kind of get the first coat on and start filling everything. So I'm just putting it in, trying to push it through the mesh and make it even. I don't want any high spots because I'm going to do multiple coats, so I'd rather keep it flat and then add on later. So anyways, just get it flat, make sure you got no high spots, and you can always add more later. So. Okay guys, so this is after the first coat is dry. You can kind of see it. You can still see some of the tape edges, but that's okay. So on the first coat, we're just trying to get it sealed, fill in the tape, get it sticking. Now we're going to do a second coat and we're going to do a build-up coat. I'm going to shoot for doing 3 coats because a lot of times the first one gets the tape, the second one's a build-up, and the third one's just kind of come finessing it. So what I'm going to do is try to add a lot more to try to bring this to the same height as this. So I'm going to add a lot more on this time. I'm also going to be using like a 12-inch knife this time, just to help makes it a lot easier to get the evenness, make it cleaner. So the goal is to hopefully only do 1 sand, which is on the final coat. So if you get like ridges like this, I like to just come in and scrape it, get at least knock the high spots down, and then come and recoat it. You don't need to sand that between each coat. It's just a waste of time and a mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my second coat on, and we'll see how that comes out. This is after the second coat is dry, so now go ahead and repeat the process. Scrape and put another coat on. We're gonna do our third and hopefully our final coat. Okay guys, this is after our third coat is dry. It's relatively really smooth and flat, but we're gonna go ahead and sand it down now. We got it all even. Now since we do have a texture, we don't have to get it perfect like a level 5 smooth finish. So this will be good enough. We're gonna go ahead and sand, but this is kind of what it looks like after our third coat. Okay, so we're going to be just sanding this. I'm going to be using a hand sander, you know, Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, or whatever, just drywall sander. And I'm going to be using a sanding screen, which you can get them, here's like a pack. I'm using 120. You can get finer or coarser, depending on what you want. I don't need to go super fine because I'm going to be texturing. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this. I'm going to be wearing a respirator because if you're doing a lot of sanding, it's going to create a lot of dust and it's going to go everywhere. So might want to put a masking wherever you're working around it if you can. So. Okay, so I'm just using like a portable hopper. You can use it, hook it up to an air compressor with a hose. You can go at Lowe's, Home Depot, and Amazon also carries them. You can get shipped right to you. But I went ahead and mixed up the mud, got to a consistency to like a runny pudding, I guess, as you want. Depending on if you want a heavy texture or light texture, you might need to thin it out more. Also, they got different size tips on here, and you can go larger for larger splatter or knock down and smaller for fine orange peel. So I went ahead and tested it out in area on this plastic, even right here, and it matches pretty close. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start spraying. And you wanna lap your strokes where it probably gets maybe 30% when you go sideways. And you wanna go beyond your patch area to help blend it in. So here we go. Okay, so we got it all textured. It blends really well. It's really hard to see, but got it blended, is matched as close as I could. Once it's primed, you're going to use a drywall primer, and painted, I don't think you'll know any difference. So it came out really good, and we're done with this project. I'm a mess. I need to go home and get cleaned up. But if this video helps you guys, hit that like button. If you guys want to follow on with more videos, hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys. Josh out.